It Welcome to Derry posters prompt backlash over suspected use of AI. So there's been some eagle-eyed fans out there who have been looking at the new marketing behind It Welcome to Derry, the upcoming Pennywise series. They've been putting out these vintage style posters, and well, fans, they've been examining these posters and they look suspiciously like they're made using AI rather than human artists. And obviously there's a lot of controversy among fans, among people using AI within the film and movie industry. But these are the posters that we're talking about. Well, one of the posters that we're talking about here. We have Welcome to Derry this October. Visit the town everyone's dying to see. It is the place to be. And when you look on the surface, it just looks like a vintage kind of cartoon, kind of 60s, 70s vibes. 50s, 60s, I should say, actually. 50s or 60s vibe. And but when you examine it on closer inspection, like some of the comments that people are saying here, look, double thumbs on the hand holding and poorly rendered car in between. So if you look at the hand here, there almost appears to be two thumbs, and the car that's rendered in between looks a little bit dodgy as well. And also you notice the little girl's leg, even though it's lifted into the air, the proportions look slightly weird. This is a Stephen King yawn, just hire an illustrator. I know 2 or 3 who would have been perfect for this kind of image. Someone saying ban AI. Using AI for this is insane, by the way. Pay actual artists. Let's keep going down. Would love to see you credit the artist who did this. Care to share? Yeah, a lot of the comments are saying, who is the artist? And the studio or the marketing department, they've just remained silent. They're hushed. They're not saying anything because they know if they come out and tell us that it was AI, there's going to be controversy and uproar, and they don't want any of that negative attention before this series debuts on HBO Max. So that's why they're keeping quiet. AI slop. Hey, who is the artist who did the key art? Yeah, just a lot of people asking, who is the artist? Tag the artist. Let us know who it is. If it's a real person, what's wrong with giving credit to the artist and telling us who it is? But anyway, let's get into this article. I'm going to skip the first bit here because it's not really relevant. Okay, let's read this information and we'll take a look at some of the other posters they've been putting out and some of the other comments that people have been saying about the other posters as well. So, the absence of attribution along with the distinct style of the posters has led to a growing speculation that the images might have been created using generative AI in place of a traditional illustrator. The comment sections across social media quickly filled with questions and concerns. Some users expressed simple curiosity, like this user here on Instagram who asked, oh my god, who is the artist? Others were more direct, such as this person here, who wrote, nice AI slop you got there, in response to HBO's post. An eagle-eyed user took to Reddit to say, I was on the fence, but I actually think this is AI. And they continued with, the seat separations are weird and inconsistent. By the way, we'll take a look at what they mean with the seats in a minute. There's like a vintage poster where they're sat on cinema seats and the seats look like they're inconsistently spaced with the characters sat on it. We'll get to that in just a sec. Where the lower cushions are separated and the line between Pennywise's ring and pinky finger is quite long. The popcorn to the far left is defying gravity and the lid to the drink cup is doing some Morbius strip work. Her shoe buckle placements don't make sense either. His socks match his pants and he lacks fingernails. Okay, so obviously that was the first poster that we looked at there. Again, it looks like she's got double thumbs there. The car in between looks like it's weirdly rendered. And also her leg kind of looks disproportionate there. That's what some people are saying. I don't necessarily see the leg thing. I can see the double thumbs, but yeah, and the car looks a bit weird in between. So that was the first poster. As of now, neither Warner Brothers nor Cold Open has publicly commented on whether the artwork was created with AI or by a human artist. The lack of confirmation has only fueled further debate, especially among fans sensitive to the growing trend of studios using generative tools instead of hiring illustrators. I mean, the thing is, as we go into the future, it's going to become all the more common practice. If I work at the studio, instead of me having to put out a job application, having to pay someone, give them benefits, make sure they turn up to work on time, make sure they aren't sick, rather than dealing with the human element, it's easier for me just to download Stable Diffusion, type in a few text prompts and generate a poster myself. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's more efficient, I don't have to hire anybody else. So I get it from a business perspective, I honestly do. It might be unpopular to say, but I get it from a business perspective. But when it comes to the fan perspective, which is what ultimately matters, the people who are going to be watching your show, It's still controversial. People still aren't on board with it. Whether you see it as right or wrong to use AI over real artists, obviously a lot of people won't. It's putting people out of jobs. So I feel sympathetic towards real artists, of course. I'm not an asshole. But unfortunately, AI is here to stay. It's going to take over. We have to kind of get on board with it. It's not going away anytime soon. And ultimately, there's not much that we can do about this. Studios are going to continue to do this stuff, and it's just going to become more prevalent in the future. The posters in question depict nostalgic mid-century style scenes, a cereal ad, a couple in a movie theatre, a family out for a walk, a pickle advertisement, and a candy store promotion. Viewers have pointed out certain I can't even say that word. Certain irregularities. There we go, I said it. Irregularities, including distorted hands and unnatural proportions as supposed signs of AI involvement. Yeah, AI has always struggled with human proportions. It does things weird. It warps the human body for some reason. Still at this point, the origins of the artwork remain unverified. We've included the posters and selection of social reactions below. You can decide for yourself whether it, Welcome to Derry's marketing team, turned to AI or simply leaned into surreal design choices. So yeah, I mean, the fact that they look weird, that could be a design choice to make you feel uncomfortable, to make you feel uneasy. I mean, this is a horror TV show, and it's about It the Clown, Pennywise, who can morph into these weird kind of objects and whatever. So, you know, it could be done on purpose just to make you feel weird. But let's click on this first one here. Okay, so let's go over to the X platform here. Okay, so we've got this poster here. This is where it was saying that the seats are unevenly spaced across. They don't look right. It's saying that the drinks lid was floating or something. I'm not sure I quite see that. The popcorn looks okay. They said something about the buckle on a shoe that looked weird. Yeah, I kind of understand that. It's not as far forward as that one. But again, that can be a design choice. This is the thing. It's really hard to spot. But some people are better at spotting this stuff than me. So, the comment section here, please tag whoever is making these, they're incredible. Yeah, people are just saying tag the person who's making these, so we know that it's not AI. Another one, so who is the artist? And then another person put, who is the artist? More like AI, your show's over, clowns. Are your posters intentionally bad for some reason, or is it just AI? AI poster, you'll start making this poor artist feel bad too. So who's the artist? More marketing. Who the fuck you using AI? You fucking rich? Yeah, so the thing is, right, even if this turns out to be a real artist, he's going to feel really bad because everyone's calling his art AI now. So, I mean, if the guy is real, he's going to feel bad because people think that he's using AI art. Okay, yeah, like someone said, please tag whoever is making these. They're incredible. Let's check out this one quickly. Okay, cornflakes. So again, the poster is pretty cool. I don't see anything on the surface here that would trigger me to think this is AI. It's a pretty creepy. Pennywise the clown pouring milk into someone's cereal. There's a fingernail that isn't connected to a finger, so it's AI. A fingernail that isn't connected to the finger. Are they talking about this one down here? Yeah, I guess they are. It looks kind of weird. I have to admit, that's pretty suspicious. Who is the artist? Me carefully analysing every cornflake and counting every finger just to be sure. People are turning into Sherlock Holmes here. I'd like to see Pennywise terrorising. Okay, artist name. Using AI-generated images in your campaign is awful. Frighteningly AI. Guys, please tell us who the artist is so we know it's not AI. Who's the artist? Not AI. The company that does the work is called Cold Open. Yeah, but just the company could have used AI. So again, a lot of people questioning, you know, who is the artist? Tell us who the artist is, so we know that it's not AI. We got another poster here as well. So Main Street Delights. Let's go down. Nice AI. If I can talk. Nice AI slop you got there. Who's the artist? These are not AI. They are done by a studio from Venice, California called Cold Open that makes professional ads and film posters. They've done work for Smile 2, The Strangers, and The Conjuring. You can see the It ads on their Instagram. Yeah, but just because they've done posters for other movies, it doesn't mean that they haven't started using AI. Just because they haven't in the past, it doesn't mean they're not using it now. So the fact that we're not saying it's not a real studio, we're not saying that. Cold Open, the people who are doing the marketing posters, they could be using AI. You know, we're not saying you know, that it's not a real studio. Keep an eye on the background. Oh my god, who designed this? Okay, yeah, so again, people are just saying it looks like AI. Who is the artist? Oh my god, who is the artist? Okay, and just a bit of information. Welcome to Derry is planned for a total of 3 seasons, with the first taking place in 1962, the second in 1935, and the third in 1908. The series will reportedly cover the interlude chapters from Stephen King's novel. Okay, so now that you've had the chance to pore over the images, we'd like to hear from you and what you have to say. Drop in the comment section below and share your take. Yeah, so, I mean, I went through the posters pretty quickly there, but pause on the posters, go back and pause on the posters and take a look for yourself, or come over to the website or search it up on Google or wherever it is you want to look at them, and look at these posters for yourself and go through them with a fine-tooth comb and see if there's anything that you can pick out that stands out to you as being AI. Is there a definitive piece of the poster here that stands out as AI? I'm not really seeing it, I have to be honest. It can be a design choice. I mean, depending on what software is used, there could be malfunctions in the software, there could be glitches, or, I mean, there could be any number of things here, but I'm not seeing enough evidence, personally, to conclude that this is AI. I'm not seeing enough of it. But there's obviously people that are, you know, pretty strong in their opinion in saying that this is AI. But I'm not fully there yet. It could be, but I'm not seeing it at the moment. But if people spot things, if you jump down in the comment section and let me know specifically what you're seeing that's standing out as AI, maybe I'll see it as well. If you let me know if you're seeing it, if I'm missing it, then maybe I could change my opinion. But there's a lot of people, and ultimately it's the fans' opinions here. And if this controversy unfortunately shrouds the release of this TV show, it could have a knock-on effect. How big or how small that effect could be, if it gets covered in this AI controversy, we'll have to wait and see. But you never know. It could affect the show, it could not. But at the end of the day, AI is not going anywhere, and it's going to continue to cause controversy on and off the screen, behind the camera, in front of the camera, all over the place, because AI is a new technology, and people just feel that it's a bit icky and gross replacing real people with AI, whether it's AI actors, whether it's, you know, AI movies, whether it's AI posters or whatever it is. People just aren't on board with it yet. But guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this story. Do you think they're AI? Do you think they're real posters? What do you think is going on here? Leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks so much for being here as always. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber to help support the content and the channel. And more importantly, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the content coming to the channel in the very near future. And with all that down, I will see you guys in the next video.